Got it. See how you see it? And now I'm probably gonna need to turn off. Hi. Let me turn this off. Here you go. Oh, sorry. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wait, am I live now? I'm not sure. Let's see.
Are you? You're live. You're live for me.
Yes, we are live. Greetings, greetings, greetings. As we jumped off, I finished coaching and we got to jump on right off the bat. So our apologies that we are a few minutes late. Yet we are here with an amazing, powerful being, Lee, to talk with you and to ease you into the masterclass. Everything about triggers or everything triggers, whichever way you decide to take it. And why are we talking about it? Because we've been going through all the process of self-realization, correct? Yes. We've been talking about awareness. We've been talking about unconditional love. We've been talking showing up for the new you, the new ways of being, right? We've been talking healing your traumas and so on. And yet, the trigger, the work with triggers, the shadow work will be one of the strongest pillars in all of your process. One of the strongest pillars that will allow you to quantum leap, right? To take that leap too. Because if triggers keep showing up, no matter what information you have within you, especially in the brain, and if you're not able to take the wisdom out of the trigger, right? What do I mean to take the wisdom out of a trigger? Like, can you
find a realization, find where it can support you, where that trigger can actually point you in a good direction, where you can get value out of it and it will support you for the future.
Yes, so it's so funny, even the video I said, direction into the ease. So yes, trigger will always direct you into the ease if you will dare to follow it. It's like everybody says, follow the money. Our saying will be now, follow the trigger. I say that's a good saying, right?
We can follow both.
Always follow the trigger, right? Yeah, we can follow both, absolutely. That always follow the trigger, because again, trigger will show you where you're still not free. Trigger will show you where you're still identifying with the character that your soul does not want to play this role anymore. Trigger will always show you the gap between your life purpose that you could actually live, realize, and again, the identity that you got yourself boxed in. Trigger will always show you these deep traumas, these three core beliefs of you not being enough. Really, most of the triggers is because you feel not enough and because you resonate with those words. Nobody can make you in any way. Nobody can, oh, she made me feel so sad. He made me so upset. If you don't resonate with the words that came out of somebody else's mouth, there is no way you will get affected by those words, by their energy. Yet, if you have it within, it will resonate. And that resonance is a trigger. That resonance can be a trigger. That resonance can be even an opening of the heart, right? Like suddenly you're inspired. Yeah. So that's something opposite from the trigger. That's, I will call it glimmer, right? The things that opens your heart and you resonate and it levels you up, and all the cute little things around that make you, that allow you to feel empowered, right? And all this stuff. So these are the glimmers. So the triggers. Shadow work is so important. And people talk about shadow work, yet I don't know how aware are they of what really that is. Like if you would elaborate from your own interpretation, what is a shadow work for you? What would that be?
I would say peeling and digging into the layers that you don't really want to go into. Yet if you do, then there is where the freedom is beyond it. Yeah, it's the uncomfortable things that we really don't want to go and peel off. Yet when they're peeled off, then there's something nice underneath.
Love it. So we all have a quantum field that is always, well, there's a quantum field period, yet you have your own as well, like a bubble that it's always filled in. It's always filled in. It doesn't stay empty. And a lot of big part of the field, we're carrying in it the traumas. We carrying not enoughness. We carrying, it cannot be me, right? I can't, like life is hard. So this part that is filled in of your field with all these things, thoughts, ideas, beliefs, knowings, what you think you know about the world and yourself, if you would clean them out, a lot of beautiful things can come in. Yet until we don't clear this thing up, nothing new can really come in. And hence again, people are so wanting a change and they're asking for it. And the world again, oh, look, the world we're living in, yet nobody's, not nobody, my apologies, majority is not willing to fully step in and be that change. And the only way for you to be the change is to see where are you still operating in that trauma, in that survival? Where are you still bringing in the misery for yourself? And obviously, if you're bringing in the misery for yourself, oh, trust my friend, you're bringing some misery for other. It doesn't work any other way, right? Where are you literally selling yourself out? Because triggers are as well a very good pinpoint, like it gives you a bullseye of where you sold out on yourself. Absolutely. People seeing somebody very authentic will be triggered because their soul, we are the reminders that somewhere they locked their authentic selves in, right? Prison them and lock them in shackles and they're playing something else. Absolutely, every authentic person will trigger me. If I don't allow myself or I don't trust myself that I'm good enough to own my own business, absolutely. Everyone that is being successful or building their business, I will compare myself with. Somebody that will start building the business, I will be hardcore negative Nancy and be like, they're not gonna make it look out so hard, and I'll be judging as well. It's because it's a reminder for me, like, doing it and I haven't done it. And I'm selling out and I'm selling out and I'm selling out. So these are amazing, again, beautiful. It's a map, it's a compass for you to get to your deepest purpose, to get to your deepest alignment. Really, you cannot align if you don't figure out where your triggers stem from. What is the root of it? And another thing is a big, I say, is relationships, including business relationships, partnerships, romantic relationships, because how much families, right? So I'm talking first from like, I am a daughter, my mother, my sister, my dad, these are big mirrors as well. And they're usually going to trigger hardcore because that's where most of our trauma stem from, the childhood or upbringing. And then we're going to carry it into our romantic relationships, into our business relationships. And usually romantic relationships is another very, very strong, deep mirroring and triggers. Why? Because it is the closest to your traumas and it's mirroring you back through your partner. Again, what is not healed. So romantic relationships, that's my interpretation, beautiful beings. You don't have, again, if the way your relationships go works for you, please, don't even take my words or believe me, you don't have to. If it doesn't work, invitation to try it on, invitation to like experience it, and then decide if it works for you or not. So romantic relationships, in my interpretation, is one of the biggest catalysts, because let's say as a child within my family, right, I didn't have enough consciousness. Even at 18, I still didn't have enough consciousness to deal and heal it. Even let's say 10 years, 10 years ago, when my mom and sister, I didn't have yet enough, yet as an adult, as a romantic relationship, right? It's bringing back these traumas around for you to see them. Hence now you are really conscious, and you can choose to expand your consciousness even more so. And then this beautiful man or a beautiful woman of yours is a mirror of to see where you both can heal the most. Because anything Lee's healing in herself, she's healing in her partner as well, right? She's healing her masculine energy within, she's healing her feminine, meaning her husband is healing naturally the same things. And if she doesn't need to go and ask him to change, guess what happens? She takes the full responsibility. Quantum field works in the way that the domino effect, the ripple effect will be immense in her family, meaning again, husband Randy going to start shifting. It has to be that way. It can't be another way. He doesn't have any more choice. Her energies are very different. Her consciousness is on another level. The way she operates is, yet again, she had to go through all the triggers. And instead, every time she got triggered, putting it on him, she came back and she, like, the finger was like, okay, I remember. It's about moi. So what's up, moi? Let's do some work. Let's journal, let's coach, let's do this. Like, he's still not doing this. And anytime she fought outside the trigger, nothing really happens. And I am not talking from out of my butt. We're talking from our experiences and results. That's what worked for me. I'm not here to convince you that this is how you get to live. No, I don't want to convince anyone. In fact, I only take the clients that are fully ready to jump all in. We don't play small here. So we're sharing from our own experiences, because to tell you the truth, 2 years ago, like, we didn't even know how to call this process. Besides that was self-realization, but how to explain to everybody, right? So let's start going into triggers a little bit. The masterclass will be next Tuesday. Lee is assisting a coach with me as well. So she will be there. And in the masterclass, we will go and allow you to practice the stacking, the collecting of the facts when you are in the trigger, because the best work is done when you are in the trigger. The best work is done. It's not like, okay, now let's go 10 years ago and bring it. The best work, that's why people that are consistently working on themselves and consistently doing shadow work. She's doing shadow work all the time. In fact, almost every day there is a mini shadow work, because they journal every rising and every evening. So the awareness is there, checking in is there, looking if you showed up for yourself or not. If you didn't show up for yourself, what was in your way? Meaning why you were in your own way, and you take responsibility and you still appreciate yourself for that. And then once a week, they go into deeper homeworks. They do mirror work. They go into questioning, right? I give them questions, and really all the answers come from her. None of the answers in all the last 2.5 years came from me. How would I can tell anybody what to do? It's their lives. I can see past the 3D surface and hear into the being and hear into energy, and only ask a maybe more correct, more like bullseye question that it hits them and they know where to go. They know what to answer to themselves. They allow themselves to feel it out, and then it all comes, right? And there's many times that things suddenly clicks out of the blue. There are many times it clicks through the homework, whatever that is. Yet that is what shadow work is. And it's not, let's do one retreat and I am done. It's not, let's do once a year and I'm done. It's not even once every 3 months. It's a consistent, daily awareness practice. Without awareness, again, whatever knowledge you have, if you don't have awareness, you can't embody that knowledge. You can tell me right now, Roma, your words and your thoughts create. Okay, if I am not aware, do you think a lot of people know, like right now, the last 2 minutes, what was the dominant energy of all of your thoughts? In fact, if anybody is here, oh, I see a few people, say hi to us. So I have another phone that I can actually see your chats. If anybody has questions, please put it in there. So The last 2 minutes, the dominant energy of your thoughts, unconditional love, judgment, excitement, not enoughness, annoyance by any of us, right? Like, look, my hands. Annoyed? Do I know? I don't touch you. I don't touch you. I don't touch you. I don't touch you. So is this a trigger, right? Because it's so fun and easy. Yeah, they won't probably get it. It's so fun and easy. But Liraz already knows. Liraz is like, everybody's like, how do you get excited when we're in the breakdowns? Yet now you get excited as well in a way. Like, I'm not excited. There's a knowing.
Yeah, exactly.
Always.
Now there is a trust that, okay,
Right.
this is, I'm going through something right now, and it's going to bring a new realization, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe in 3 days.
Yeah, I love it. So even then, when she's in breakdown, the feels, the pain, baby is here, but she already fully trusts. She already knows a next level is coming. She already knows how awesome the expansion is coming, and always something better is coming. It's never like, oh, it's happening to us, it's for the worst. Like, although the feels I feel not so great, there is such a strong knowing in the alignment. Hence, again, I say you started definitely shifting much faster, even through the deep stuff. Do you notice that?
Lately?
Yeah, lately.
Yeah. Last 6 months or so.
Yeah. So it's amazing because, again, with that practice, no matter how deep trauma is, no matter like how many times you felt the same way, you really can start from blank canvas and just be whoever you want to be at any given moment. And the awareness of your triggers and where they come from will allow you not to be even able to be mad anymore. Like, how funny is that? Like, somebody is yelling and you're like, yo, I see where it's coming from. How can I be mad? And then this person is another me anyways, having a different experience. And their consciousness is where I was 10 years ago anyway. So none of us are better or worse. We all have this amazing, perfect potential. Our bodies can heal itself. Our minds can expand beyond. We can always be very successful through the things that we are passionate about, do the things that we absolutely love, still have financial abundance and stability. And again, until you figure out and align, and it fluctuates, all of this is happening, but it doesn't matter. Sometimes there is more money, sometimes there is a romantic relationship, sometimes you don't have any of those, yet your feeling about yourself doesn't change depending on the circumstances. It does not. You keep building up, you're enjoying anything, any experience, fact, and you still feel abundant, and you still feel okay, and you still, even if you don't feel fully okay, it's okay that you don't feel okay. And then there is again trust. So that's what you working through the triggers. That's where it's going to lead you. It's going to lead you into that ease and trust, even through your biggest breakdowns, even through your shit storms. I want to say all the time. So yeah, shift storms. Oh, what a shift storm! How's everyone doing? Right. So now let's go into triggers. Let's go into what were your bigger ones. You can bring in romantic relationships when you start working. So let's go back a little bit. Whatever you remember, whatever comes up. I do remember a few as well, so I can always support her. Yet the triggers maybe that surprised you. Maybe how was it for you to understand that the trigger is really not somebody else is doing it to you? Oh, let's go there. Yeah, like, how did you start understanding taking that responsibility? And then what were those triggers? Maybe whatever comes up, go for it.
I mean, I remember the first time we talked about responsibility, like 2.5 years ago. And in the beginning, I was like, what do you even mean? I was sharing my issues and my triggers, and I was putting it all. I'm taking now my romantic relationship. So Randy, I was absolutely putting it all on Randy. There was zero awareness that I had any part of it because he did it. What do you mean? Like, he did it. It's his fault. And when Roma got back to me and said, okay, but here is how you are responsible for this. This has nothing to do with Randy. And there was silence.
She's like, I don't think Roma understood me.
I don't think you're hearing what I'm saying, Roma. Like, really,
I
don't think you're understanding what I'm saying. Really, what I'm saying is he did it. And she got back again. She's like, okay, but it's your responsibility. I'm like, okay, where are we going with this? So this is how it started. And I was a little bit in shock. And it took me actually a few days until the next session we had. And somehow it clicked. It clicked. And I feel that because I didn't have much resistance in general, like I really didn't imagine it could be my responsibility. Yet I also wasn't very resistant because I really wanted to figure out something different than what's been happening.
So let me allow me to come in for a second and share something with beautiful beings that I'm watching now or watching later. Lee is excellent. Client also, but not client. I don't like, yeah, client. Excellent in this progress, in this process of self-inquiry and self-realization. Why? She is never going through her intellect. She's not going through her head. Although she will feel resistance, although she will not agree or not see the angle, although she'll be like, what are you talking about? She will literally be so open to try it out and experience it that she always allows me to come in and tell her, okay, this direction, just let's walk this and let's see. And she always turns around, comes back with a realization, shift, and leveling up. So one of the very important pillars of the transformation always will be yourself, allowing to know that there is so much you don't know. We always keep bringing it up. It's very, very, me and Vivian talked about it, how to let go of the old self. I did live Sunday. You can watch it. It's one of my transformational students as well. Per se, the biggest thing is allowing yourself to know that you maybe don't know something. Because if she would try to defend it and hold on to it, she wouldn't have the results that she has. No ways. She is all the way like, okay, I don't see, I don't get it. I want to defend it. I want to hold on to it. Where are we going, Roma? Like you said, like you're always like, okay, where are we going? I'm going to walk with you. I'm going to walk. Lead me. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is so essential. Go ahead.
And sometimes it takes a few weeks until I see a point that was back then. Yet I'll listen if there is any kind of homework, if there is any kind of new process to try on. If there's any kind of new process to try on, I will try it on. Sometimes I come back and say, I don't know, it didn't work. Yet most of the times it does work, and it brings a lot of ease in that. So a few of the biggest triggers were obviously with my closest person in the house, which is Randy, my dear husband, who I love very dearly and will continue to also drive me insane, and I drive him insane just as much. And the biggest realization that, keep knocking out my whole my biggest realizations that supported me with triggers was mirroring, that I also had really no awareness of. And when I finally understood that if I feel in distress, if I feel scared, if I feel miserable, then almost 100% my husband feels exactly the same way. And whatever I project on him, he feels towards me too. So if we're both feeling this way and neither one is willing to shift in a little different direction, then we're just going to keep walking in opposite or parallel, but we're not going to meet anywhere. So that was the biggest thing for me to understand mirroring. In this and in many other things.
Yeah.
In energy, in how I walk into things. And it supported me to start responding and not reacting. And it's not an equation. It's not that I press a button, okay, I'm going to do responding and not reacting. No, it doesn't work all the time. Yet with the realization that I do have the responsibility, and maybe we are both in the same boat, and someone gets to, put their foot a little outside of it in order to make something happen. it's a lot easier. And even when I miss it, it's a lot easier to come and say, sorry,
That's what happened. Yeah.
apologies. I'm feeling a lot today. I'm extra emotional today. I'm extra, I'm feeling a little insecure. So it's easier to open it up. And then even if there was a trigger and even if there was a reaction, it's a very quick, coming down.
You know why? Because she owned it. So we just finished with Nyola coaching, and I literally jumped up from coaching to that's why I was like, water, where's my water? Precisely, there was something that she was like, wow, I felt so good about it. I was like, oh, what did you do? You just owned it. Like, no matter something was misaligned, something was, not,
Yeah.
you're like, hey, like I would be like, oh, look, I spilled the coffee. Then I don't care. I can sit in front of the camera. I can see the spilled coffee. I owned it already. It's not in my field anymore. It's out, done. It's out. I owned it. I am okay. Nobody can come and try to overwhelm me, overpower me. Like there's no resistance, there's no friction, there's nothing because I'm owning it. So what she did every time, as she started realizing, well, quite a bit of work obviously came in. It's not only like, oh, realization, and then it started happening. Hence, again, beautiful beings, I know that realization is a knowledge, and a lot of us still misunderstand having the knowledge and embodying the knowledge. The realization is having a knowledge, is not embodying the knowledge. Embodying knowledge follows by your inspired action, already taking a different trajectory than you used to take before. So like she says, one of us has to step out, meaning one of us has to start taking different trajectory. Like I can't walk the same path, we can't walk the same path and expect to end up in a different place. So trajectory has to shift of emotion, of the response versus reaction, or even a different reaction of you mentally. What is the mental trajectory, right? Like, is it again, he's bad, it's him, or are you actually owning it? Hey, I'm gonna own it. Hey, I already saw, I realized, but I wasn't able to embody it. That's what it is. And they're already starting at that moment when you came up and you owned it. They both started walking a different trajectory that allows them to have possibilities in this romantic relationship that they didn't have before. How fun. Only by her owning her one trigger, they're already shifting trajectory. The whole romantic relationship, whole family has different possibilities. Look, goosebumps. So you being afraid of facing your triggers, how you say nicely, how you say things that are not
Silly.
nice, but nicely.
It's very silly.
It's ridiculous. I don't imagine one person in this life not wanting expansion, period. Even if you're unconscious, you still want the vacation, you still want more fun, you still want more stuff. Meaning, if those are not your results, if your life giving you results, that relationships, they use you, you gotta please them, they don't check on you, right? Whatever that is. Example, if your finances, I'm not talking money comes and goes and you build business and then yet if you're always dominantly in the lack, because you might have money and still feel in the lack, it has nothing to do with you not having the money. Abundance has nothing to do with you actually not having money or having money. Abundance is how do you feel with the resources that you have. And the resources can be very different. Like, again, even a Hawaii retreat thing. Like, is it money? Is it something that I'm getting? No. Abundance is coming in by network, by people being aligned, collaborate, correct, by somebody over there actually needing for someone to come in to do the retreat. It's insane. It's all synchronization. And you got to be open. You got to be ready. And you got to be able to change again their trajectory of the ways of all the ways of being. And one more time, if you want to go into a little bit more of letting go of old, watch live video from Sunday with Vivian. She gave a lot of beautiful examples because she became single mom of 2, and then she went through the separation, and then she moved out, and then she went through the now she started dating, so it's a lot of like everything letting go. 3 books out as well, poetry, so beautiful. Yet we literally were like, how to let go. In fact, to let go, the easiest way is start showing up for the new you. The old you're gonna let go of you. Don't worry about it, right? More or less. So yeah, very, very, very again essential of parts of owning it, realizing it, and starting to embody. And how she started to embody, one example she already gave you. Even if I still reacted, yet because I had the realization what are those triggers, the mirror that is showing me, even if I reacted, I was able to come up and own it. And then she started going into a lot of stacking. And stacking is something that collecting your evidence throughout your entire life to see if this trigger that you're feeling is a fact. Because it does feel like a fact when you feel it. I mean, when you're hurting and you're feeling lonely,
Yeah.
I know that very well. Like there's no other, like poor woman, like why is life doing it to you? Like that you feel it up in every cell of your body to the last end of the hair. No questions asked. And anybody can come in at the moment and say anything you want. You will hear the loneliness. Anyways, that's the beauty of the co-creation, the way we create. That's the power of our lens and projection, literally. So again, if you're starting to take responsibility, start to owning it, and then understanding how to do that work, it might seem small results in a long time, yet if you look back right now, you literally wanted, oh, we're gonna put my phone is dying, so I'm gonna put the charger. Like if you look back now, you wanted an really deep open, you wanted together to, aren't you there now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Niola said today, she's like, if I look back now, like I did it. I have the business, I have the I have the ease, I have like, so it looked like, ooh, maybe it's a long time and everything, and yet small little incremental like steps, consistency, and then you look back, it seems like overnight as well. So that's amazing. Let's talk. How did you work? So you owned it, you talking, but how did the triggers go? How did you work? How many times did you step? How, go a little bit through your experience.
Well, I mean, in the beginning, it was mostly still reacting and taking ownership, and even if I couldn't say or recognize on myself, oh, this trigger came from this and this, and I couldn't say, babe, my apologies, it's because I'm this and this. I couldn't go there, yet I still said, babe, something is happening. I'm not sure where it's coming from. I know it's me, yet right now you annoyed the out of me. And I apologize. That's where we're at. I know it's me. I don't know where. I don't know how, and I don't know how to fix it right now, yet I take responsibility. So automatically, the other person, in this instant Randy, but anyone, the other person automatically feels like
zero defense.
I'm not putting it on him. I'm not telling him, this is your fault. You did this to me.
You're not attacking. You're not like offense.
Exactly.
It doesn't need to be.
So even if my words or my are attacking per se, I am letting him know that it's not. I have no control over this right now. Okay. Yet, oh, we have a package.
I'm gonna get the definitely like all the life.
Yeah, today from all directions. So that was the first step. And as I practice more and more, realizing when the trigger was coming, not after the reaction. So I was able to catch it sooner and sooner. And it started happening that it started to be maybe 10% of the time that I could now respond and not react, then 20% of the time. Now we're at about 50 to 60, which is amazing. It might not sound that way, but it's amazing. Maybe Randy gets to do a live. Maybe he has a different perspective on this yet.
Yeah, although even from his energy, I know how he sees. He actually shared with me. They had so much going on the last 2 months per se, like huge shifts from matter, meaning shifting their jobs, shifting their all idea, all vision, from buying home to like all kinds of stuff, buying car, like everything. And even Randy, he allowed me to feel deeply loved and seen. He was like, wow, God, the way Liraz keeps holding herself and reacting, just like she was supporting me so much. I was a little nervous with all of this stuff. It was like, I was so good. Listen, Roman, you're doing something. And again, it's not, I won't take this credit at all. I will take the credit. I am absolutely awesome for the awesomeness of me. Yes. 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 Yet all the results that she has, it is hers. And it's beautiful and honor to co-create with you and collaborate and like level up like no tomorrow. We were leveling up like no tomorrow. So even the husband to be in ease and share that, again, it's not so easy for them to kind of like give you this kind of a compliment and he shared with me, how better he feels in general, how home feels for him, how everything feels for him because Lee shifted hardcore. So I say that's an amazing result. And as my other beautiful tribe member Neola shared, whatever my husband is, whatever I want him to be, I ask, what kind of vibe do I get to be for the husband that I desire first? So again, this is precisely the process that they're going to, like, okay, I want to have this business. Who is the person that's running this business? And every day gotta be this. Who is the wife that has this kind of a husband? And I get to step into this. So yeah, beautiful results.
And that brings me into exactly what Neola shared, brings me into the next stage. Because really, before I started this process, I wasn't a wife. I was married, but I wasn't a wife.
Mic drop. Bye. Life is over. We all.
Yeah, I got married what it means to be a wife. I got married because that's what you do, because I fell in love and because that was the circumstances we were in. We were from different countries. This is what was presented to us. This is the way we could make it happen. And there was no thought for the future.
Oh, and I will remind you, because you even in one of it was intimacy seminar, we had quite a few couples. And you were with Randy in it, I think, or something like this, whatever. And she literally looked at Randy. She's like, I don't think I ever heard you. I don't think I ever listened to you genuinely. Yeah. 6 years. There were 6 years into marriage. And again, taking this responsibility and being able to say that, well, really, I honor your heart. Like, you are so courageously. I don't want to cry now.
There's a couple.
There. I could see. No, I saw the tears. I was like, don't look at me. Don't look at me. So courageous, so expansive. Hence, again, your life is expensive in a beautiful way. It's not expensive. It's expansive. The finances, the travels, the ideas, the visions, the friends, the relationships, the family itself. Kudos. Wow. Continue. Yeah, it's and again, her taking responsibility. I haven't heard him. I was married to you, but I wasn't a wife. Psh, like, that's an amazing wife. Automatic, just her saying that makes her that amazing wife that she get, and that's what she's being. Hence, again, nobody around her has a choice but to be that ideal husband for her, and to keep stepping into it and keep practicing it as well. Because she is the one that dominantly holds that energy. No matter, she falls, it's like you put it on the side for a little, you pick it up again, and I'm holding. Not even holding, you're actually being it. That's what's the most beautiful. It's not about doing, it's always about being. It's not about doing meditation. Yes, we start taking these steps, because if Lee can't even do it for me, 2 years ago, she wasn't even, meditation was way out of her comfort zone. So we didn't start with meditations. She used to go more into panic attack. By me saying meditation, she had anxiety attack, automatic. So imagine that. So yes, we stepped into doing the affirmation and walking or bare feet, right? Grounding. We stepped in later on in 5-minute meditation, then 15, then 30. Yes. Yet in the long run, now it's not about none of these things. It's about you keep bringing through these tools that higher self. Keep bringing the awareness through these tools. Journaling is a tool of awareness. It's your conversation with yourself every rising, every evening. So you know exactly where you're at. You know exactly how you feel, and you know how you want to flow through these days. Because sometimes it's like, oh, today I don't even feel like I'm gonna flow differently. And
and that happened yesterday.
Absolutely. Yeah, go ahead more into your triggers. You being that wife.
Something came up, and I got off track. Yeah. Okay, being that wife, and then every time I couldn't in the moment be that wife that I desire to be, instead of putting it on someone else, I went into myself and I asked myself, okay, why did it happen? Why did I attack? Why did I explode? Why this? And this is already after I apologized and I took responsibility. That's between me and myself. And a lot of the times I'm like, this is where I'm scared. This is where I'm insecure. This is where and then if any realization came even during the day, I would text Randy, babe, listen, this is, nothing to do with you. This is where I was at, blah, blah, blah. Having a little bit of a challenging day today. Everything is cool. Have a good day at work. And I would do my stacking and I would go into what is fact, what is fictional. Like yesterday, I had all of these plans. I wrote down in my journal everything I was going to do. An hour after I wrote my journal, all of a sudden I'm like, in distress. I'm in distress. I'm lonely, I'm this, I'm that, I'm insecure. All of a sudden, out of the blue. It's not really out of the blue, yet it's out of the blue. It feels out of the blue. And so I shared with my group, with my journal, I let it out, and I decided I'm doing whatever feels, I'm gonna be in my sadness, it's okay, whatever aligns with me. And in the morning, before Randy left, I didn't want to share because I didn't want to put anything on him before he goes to work, yet it was so strong that I couldn't hide it. So I shared, and I felt like he took it a little hard. So I was like, as soon as he left, I'm like, babe, everything is okay. I'm gonna chill today. I'm gonna work it out. Don't worry about it. Have a good day. And that's it. And I went into, am I lonely? I mean, what?
So the few things I'm gonna keep pointing out when she says essential, key things for this process, and you really stepping into that sovereign, powerful, someone that responds, someone that creates, versus somebody that just absorbs all it while they can react. She said, okay, even if I apologize and I didn't react it and I didn't realize, I go in and I ask myself why. I go in, and then if I had the realization, I text. So again, the key is this: it happened, the event happened. You can continue to put a meaning that this event happened because he did this. This event happened because he did that. Or you can take this event as well and say, okay, let's go deeper into that mirror and see, where am I reflecting what is happening from within, and where are those separation and gaps that I'm not living out my beautiful purpose, that I'm not allowing myself to be at ease, or whatever that is, right? So that's where I see most of people struggling, and will go back to their old ways, is when it happens, even if you know realization, this is your mirror, you still want something from the other. But if they would just do what they just did, just meet me halfway. Like, don't worry. They will meet you where they will meet you where you're going to be. So if you're meeting both halfway, but you're both here, good luck. So what's the difference? If you're still both in hysteria, let me meet halfway. No, but if you can rise up, they will have to meet you where you're at anyways. So for her going in, that's the trigger work. That's the shadow work. Not ever going and pointing the finger outside in, again, consumers culture that we were brought up. I don't feel so good. Let me buy a new flat screen TV. And let me tell all my friends that he's a piece of shit. Like that's usually, let's go. You call a girlfriend, bring the wine bottle, bring a bottle of wine, bring a bottle of wine. we going to curse all the men out, right? Like none of them are good. We don't need, like, it's ridiculous. You're speaking about yourself, literally. So that's, wow, how important. Going back in.
And another very important thing was to learn not to judge myself when I do react, because that's used to be what would stop me from even apologizing or taking responsibility, because I was embarrassed about it. I was embarrassed. The trigger was so strong. I judged myself because my wisdom, my inner wisdom told me that it's not really his fault, yet my ego would not accept it. So I was embarrassed to come and say, it's on me, because my ego was like, no, he did this to you. This is not on you. No, stay in your power.
And then if you gotta go in, meaning you are the bad, because your ego is still judging either you or him. So that's how in general it works. And I shared a post few days ago, whatever, that in the moments like this, and the same kind of in any decision moments, like, okay, even in the moment of a decision, if you're going to choose you or you're not going to choose you, right? If you're like going to let them continue into toxic or abuse, so it's like every time you choose the other, meaning you're not choosing yourself. So either this person, right? If you're going to choose this person, you're already not choosing you. So it's the same here as well. There is no other way if you continue to judge yourself. So at this point, you're already voiding yourself as well. And you can't choose right now yourself, meaning you can't forgive yourself right now. You're judging. Because this ego wouldn't care so much if you need to apologize or if you get to apologize or not, if you wouldn't think what you did is bad.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're like, I am bad. I'll pretend I'm not bad. Let's make a quick drama so nobody pays attention to what really happened.
And then sometimes it would take days and days and days before that icky feeling, comes off. Like we would go back to talking, we pretend nothing happened, but it lingers.
Yeah.
It lingers. And now it's a matter of, maybe 5 to 15 minutes in most areas,
Lovely.
Once in a while, there's something that, maybe takes us a couple of days to completely, we've already talked about it, yet it takes an extra day or two to completely, exactly, clear it. Yet most of the time it's very quick and it's in and out and it's on to the next. So yeah. So that was, no judging yourself. Sometimes I'll feel guilty. It's not like that I'm still experiencing all of the feelings and all of the thoughts. They come, they go. I decide what I'm holding on to. And when I do, I know that I am holding on to something. And if I can't let it go in that moment, I can't let it go in that moment. So I'm not going to judge myself for not being able to let it go in that moment.
Absolutely.
So,
and that's another thing. I don't know, that thing that came up for you in general, when she said I'm going in, like, and then if I realize something, I do texting. And you know how many times she walked into the coaching, like, and already teary eyes. She walks in like this. I don't know, mommy. I don't know. I don't know where to start, but something is up. Like if she doesn't see, she's already ready and open for even me to hear her out and point it out. Like that's what I feel. That's what I see. And she's so open to listen. Hence again, meaning it's very silly for you to say, I still want the better life. I want more vacation. I would love to make more money and work less. I would love to enjoy my work more. I would love to be absolutely excited and in love with my romantic relationship. I would love to have the home that I feel so good in, that ambience is aligned fully with me and it's with my highest timeline. And if those results are not present right now, meaning if you don't want to take any responsibility and you're already doing everything perfectly, these are the only results you can ever have. Like this is it. This is your maximum potential. If you are saying like, no, every trigger is their fault, it's not me. Meaning every result that you have in your life, how your body looks, how you feel in it, your health, again, let's not go through all of it yet. This is maximum. That's what you're saying. versus Lee comes in and like, my relationship is getting better. It's like, show me, show me, show me, show me. Okay, there's something else I can do, Rama. Amazing. And she doesn't even comprehend all of the things with her head. And she doesn't need to, because again, this process is not about, this is not intellectual process. This is not for you to put things into departments in your brain, not at all, because anything you identify with will be in your way, will be your blind spot. Know what you don't know. I mean, know that you don't know. You don't even need to know what you don't know. You don't need to figure it out. Allow yourself to take responsibility. Allow yourself to practice stepping into it. Allow yourself to practice not to judge yourself. Allow yourself to understand that expansion can be fun and it doesn't have to be such a misery. Because even when you're in breakdown, if you collected enough evidence that every breakdown leads to a beautiful breakthrough, meaning more room, more resources, deeper ease, deeper love, deeper experiences, anything you do, go for it all. Like, you can go for it all if you allow yourself. Yeah, if that ego that he says, you know what, I will even say that even ego works for us.
Yeah.
Because ego keeps collapsing. Like the trigger again is showing you where's the direction into your ease. It could be so numbed and so quiet that you don't even know. But the louder it gets, the louder it screams. Your soul says, hey, we have a huge gap between the role we're playing and the role I actually want to experience. And if you again can say, hey, let's see the gap. I say that's wise. It's like, if any of you own your business, like, would you ever look at the last year, right? Accounting or anything, and you see the leak, and you would be like, let's leave it. Like, tell me any successful business owner, like, or something is not working and be like, whatever. You won. It's normal. Everyone, you look all the time. You look to learn. The only way you look back is to learn. And your life is your business. And I'm not talking business as a finance. It's your business. Your energy is who you're leaking energy with, who you're exchanging it with, what's your environment, what's your people around. Like, yeah, again, even a romantic relationship. It is this romantic relationship keeps you imprisoned and you keep yourself imprisoned in it, or this romantic relationship gives you the depth, gives you more satisfaction, gives you the expansion. You are able to collaborate. You are able to create something that you actually desire. Like, this is the difference between you being able to be okay with you triggering yourself and then allowing yourself to take responsibility for it, or they're doing it to me. That's the difference. That's all. Profound experience life where circumstances doesn't have such a hold on you and you declare how you will experience every day, or the opposite. I will let her finish yet before we close out with whatever you want and bring in more examples. Masterclass March. I said March. September. Is it September? September 26th. Masterclass, everything about trigger. So we will go into stacking. We will give a clear examples. I will actually be very, very joyful and honored to answer more so questions on this one. Usually it's a little bit faster pace and we kind of just chat. Yet this one you can be a little bit more involved and participate and ask questions and bring up your triggers. And me and Lee, I am gonna stack a few examples of ours as well. We're gonna literally give you as many tools as we can, and we'll practice in front, like the shifting. We'll practice in front, ignores, my apologies. We'll practice in the class. Okay, how does it feel? Like you say, like, oh, I can feel my ego. No responsibility. Yet my awareness is like, Zed, what do you do when you're there, right? So yes, would love to see as many beautiful faces. It's 3333 exchange. The link we'll put in under the slide as well in the comments. Yet the links you have in my bio and so on. Take away with whatever you want to finish with all these realizations and triggers. And it can be from 5 to 20 minutes.
I feel like I said my my big pointers for the day. What I'm curious about is if anybody that was watching this today for the first time, like when I did this for the first time, had any kind of realization and could maybe look at a really deep trigger or somebody else that they felt caused that trigger differently now, and maybe has a different perspective of how maybe some of it had to do with a past trauma, something inside of them that they haven't healed yet, versus that person did it to them. So I'm curious if anybody has, felt that way during the live share.
If you opened up a little bit the window, if you opened up your mind, if you opened up your heart, because beautiful beings, open your mind. If you choose to open your mind will not open. Like her, she doesn't even go through mine, because she said, like, through mine, I just don't. It's too much, right? So it's beautiful. Yet again, most of us chooses to go through the mind, through the intellect. And because it has such a strong identity, we kind of close ourselves out of the possibility, what I don't know, meaning the possibility of the possibilities that are not around yet. So yeah, do you have courage, desire, want to explore? Can you allow yourself just like, hey, I don't know what I don't know. And maybe invite yourself to trust a little bit that, there is more ease on the other side. Because can you say that most of the events that happened into your life, no matter how it looked in the past, right? No matter how it looked, from divorces to accident to whatever that is, right? Can you say that if you can look back now, it led you precisely where you needed to be, right? So again, especially if we choose to see that way, your brain will start looking only for possibilities. Yet if you choose to hold on to that old belief, the world is doing it to me, the brain will find every possibility why the world is doing it to you. So yeah, I'll say that's a big one. Again, we like to start doing these masterclass, and then before masterclass, we like this live. So we kind of go and share and around it. And I would love for even people that are in masterclass to actually watch this as well, because sometimes it clicks. Like I will reread books sometimes twice. I will rewatch a video. I will take notes again. I will revisit my notes because I'll see different messages, different things.
Yeah, sometimes the simplest realization just comes randomly, all of a sudden it clicks.
Yeah.
Even though you heard the same thing in different variations 20 times before, today it clicked.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, and we are deeply in love with every one of you. I mean, in a way that, hey, we all here having this experience. You are another us. Hey, no matter where you're at, it's okay. Even when we teach and call you forward and share our experiences, really, it doesn't mean we want everyone to live in this world. If your world works, that's perfect. If it doesn't work and you're questioning, perfect. If it doesn't work, you're questioning and you don't know where to start, perfect. It's again, all of it, it's absolutely okay. So deep appreciation of giving us an opportunity to share, deep appreciation for, again, your acknowledgement, your appreciations, likes, maybe shares. Maybe there is a person that this live would support as well. So please share as well, subscribe, put notifications on. Some of our lives are like so on the roll and fast. I put out only this AM an hour ago, like, oh, we'll go live. So we shifted things. I went hiking all day yesterday. It was fun. So I kind of like moved things. And again, that's what a freedom. Like, oh, Roma, good for you. You can do that. Well, I created that for myself.
Yeah, I have people saying that to me all the time.
Good for you. You can do. Well, I created that for myself. That I can ship things. You created that for yourself, the way you want to live, right? So yes, you can. Yes, you can, and that's why we're sharing. Yeah, you can take it either way. You know, you can even take it like, who are they to tell me what? Perfect. Again, absolutely perfect.
That's a trigger. Where is it coming from?
Yeah. We're not here to force you to even believe this or to try it on. Don't. Absolutely not. We don't think it works for everyone. Doesn't. You gotta just in a very specific way. I mean, that's deeply, right? Full in. Yet, if anybody is taking and opening their mind, if anybody is learning something, if you're realizing something, thank you so much. Thank you for you being here. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for doing the work. Everything, every minute of the work we do within ourselves, it's a gift of the world. And that really what is. Literally today I heard 3 tribe members. Rita about her family said, wow, I am where I wanted to be. And all about this, wow. And like, there was like, oh, wow. Yeah, that's precisely. And it's not like this is it. No, we're just starting. We're just scratching the surface of our success, scratching surface of our profound experiences. I mean, we're starting up. So thank you. Love you, Lee. Anything else?
Love you too.
See you, Master. I told her that I'll steal her this one. I was like, I think you're gonna lose it. No, I told her, I think you're gonna lose this. Look at this cutie. Yes. Next Tuesday, link is in bio on Instagram. And then next month we'll figure out what we'll see what are the triggers, and then we'll go from there. If you have any questions, please reach out in the comments or email. It's in the bio in all of my social media links, or Roma@quantumlivinglifestyle.com as well. And I do have one-on-one coaching. I have a couple openings now for sure. And yeah, no group classes for now because it's a lot of happening. Like no group trainings for now. So masterclass or one-on-one coaching. Let's go. And then I will be excited to announce some retreats very soon. They will obviously be next year, in Hawaii and so on. We get to bring back, we get to support Maui. I said Maui needs us, and we need Maui anyway. So you're going to be definitely in my first retreat there. For sure. She will be assistant coaching. So love you. Enjoy. Have most profound day yet. And sending lots of love wherever you are in this quantum field. Beautiful tribe. Bye. And